Welcome into Capper's Cave. I'm your host, Lorenzo de Costa. This is free picks and stuff on Capper's Cave, brought to you by Intellect Sports. We have NFL Week 17, the finale, and the remaining games for College Bowl Week, our best bets. And we do have with us, once again, on another holiday week. Thanks for joining us. This is Larry the Locksmith, or some call him Locksmith Larry, whichever you prefer. How we doing? I'm good, man. How's you? Well, I'm good, too. I'm ready for a big weekend. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day games. Before the weekend, I suppose. Lots of action. Good games. Should be fun. Now, I did want to talk about something real quick. Are these the weekends we like to go all out? Temptation, my friend. Temptation may get the best of you to cover some of those losses from the season. Stop. Put down the drink before the fucking Superman juice kicks in and you have no fear. As fear is good. But turn that fear into something else. Turn it into research, listening, reading, listening to this show or shows like this. Just a reminder. We've all been there. And for some, it takes years to realize. For some, never, because they just do it to have fun. Once again, it's a marathon. Not to be cliche, but it is. So if you increase your bet amount, do it on a single bet or a 2 and 3 game tease. You start parlaying shit and looking at that payout, you're done. You're done. Don't do it. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do it. Enough of the lecture. Let's dig in. Some news. Not too much college news, we know, because it's bowl week. There's not much that has been happening, just about shit talking about each side and what's going on with the college football playoff, of course. Teams that shouldn't be, teams that should be, all that good stuff. But we did great to talk a little bit about last week. We did good with our picks. A couple fell off the board because of COVID. A couple fucked us, so we'll talk about your picking a little bit here, Larry. But we did good on the bowl pick'em so far. Yeah, what was it? The Gasparilla Bowl got canceled. Liberty covered, as we said. And now I think, Coastal Carolina, the guy got Coach of the Year, did he not? I think he did. AP Coach of the Year. Buffalo, nice bowl win. Again, not a great game to bet on or fun to bet on, but hey, you won. Let's see if it continues. We'll keep it going for you. A Locksmith, falls out of his hot streak. Come on, man. Did you not count that one, man? You shouldn't have counted it. Well, we had to. It was on the show last week, but let's hope our audience was smart and didn't take the Browns right away and waited till game time. Again, we talk about this year over and over. It's tough to bet sometimes. Do you wait till the line moves? Do you wait for players to be off of the COVID list or on it? It's tough. But we've managed this year sitting at 56% on our football bets. Usually higher. But this works both ways. If you get caught the spread on the Jets this last week, if you bought it early, you got 10 and a half maybe. And man, that's good news come game time. It drops all the way down to like 4 because all the Browns receivers are out. But Jets, again, do we need to talk about this? Why are they doing this? Idiot. You think they would have enough, but
what a loser!
What have you? Why? I guess no matter what, they're in that position. They're going to end up at the number 2 spot. But man, not that smart, was it? Not that smart. Do they want 3rd or 4th? What the fuck? No, they're locked in at 2. I'm pretty sure no matter what happens, they're going to be locked in at 2. But watch, they'll pass on Fields, go with Wilson, right? BYU, and buyer beware. Wilson, listen, this guy, Zach Wilson, he has not proven himself. Look at the games last year from this year. Any ranked team they played, whether it was Washington or Coastal Carolina this year, there's like 6 or 7 of them from the last 2 seasons ranked in the top 30 FPI. They've struggled. He has struggled. Not just BYU, but he has struggled. And if you compare fields, no comparison. I mean, BYU got shut down by Coastal. Again, we love Coastal. Coastal's good. But it's just easy to say against higher competition, he sucks. Now, if he went in there and had a great game and then still lost, it'd be all right, but he didn't. Either way, whoever the Jets pick, I'm sorry, you're going to suck. Can we say that they're the new Browns? I mean, with the QB carousel and the coaching changes and the player dumps and the just bad management. And I think they're going to struggle even with a good pick. Even Trevor Lawrence, right? I think there's no guarantee with him.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
No, he's not. No, he really is. But, I mean, look at the Browns QBs. Let's go in the past for just a little bit, real quick. Just to name some off the top of my head. Johnny Football, right? Wow. What a waste. Won't even get into that dumpster fire. Brady Quinn. Oh, he was a nice announcer pickup. Tim Couch. I mean, that name fits perfect. Brandon Whedon, the old man from college, wherever the hell Oklahoma State. Colt McCoy, who they should have kept and prepped. Derek Anderson had 1 MVP year. I mean, the fucking list goes on. And proving to our point that organizations can make you trash. They can trash you. Absolutely. All right, moving on. Last week in a regular season, still lots to play for many. The dumpster division in the NFC still up for grabs. We may like a couple of games here. AFC in a close race. We got some good angles on it. Or we'll just call it trash talk, angles, whatever. This trash talk on this shit of a show, this shit show, right? Sure is, man. It is. No, we got some goodies. Maybe 9, maybe 10. Got some picks on the college football playoff games. I think we got both, don't we? I think we got at least an angle on one and a pick on another, but we'll see. Maybe not. Maybe we do have some solid best bets. Now let's dig in. What are we going to start with? We're going to start, that's right. We still had the Oklahoma game. I think that's tonight. We put that on our show last week. So we're starting from, I think, New Year's Eve. Let's start there. Armed Forces Bowl. Texas. Tulsa, Golden Hurricanes at Mississippi State or not at Mississippi State, but versus, we'll say. Mississippi State Bulldogs getting 2.5, over-under sitting at 46.5. Another one of these fucking games. Mississippi State gets in a bowl game with 3 wins. Good going, Mike Leach. Great job for a first year. You get in a bowl game. Undeserving. I think it's going to show against this Tulsa team. I know, on the board, you think Tulsa, SEC team, public's going to jump all over that, SEC. But listen, Tulsa has been one of the most surprising, fun teams this year. Not only did they get into the American Athletic Conference championship game, but every game seemed to have some sense of drama, or just, it was good finishes, but including even the loss to Cincinnati. It was won on a walk-off field goal, and that was it. I mean, that was the conference title game against Cincy. Cincy, great team. I mean, and we can't argue that Cincy has probably at least a conversation about the playoffs this year. They had an OT win at Tulane. Tulane's a pretty solid team this year. A close win at SMU, a good SMU team. Beat UCF, a high-powered offensive team. I mean, good first game of the season. They almost beat Oklahoma State. I'd be shocked if any team this bowl season brings more effort than the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes. I mean, Mississippi State, they could use something positive to take into the offseason, right? It's coming off a blowout win over Missouri, but it's been a rough first season under Mike Leach, we can all say, right? And on top of that, he's only won one of his last 4 bowl games when he was with Washington State. I mean, they've had trouble putting up points on the board all season, ranking 109th in the nation, 20 points per game. Now go up against a D that ranks in the top 50 in about every defensive category. We also know that Tulsa is 22nd in the nation in takeaways per game at 2.0. We'll just say fucking 2. I don't know why. Well, the Bulldogs are 128th in giveaways at 2.6. I mean, the Bulldogs, they make too many mistakes, and Tulsa will make them pay. Oh, and they have this guy, I don't know if you heard of him, Zaven. Yeah, Zaven Collins, linebacker. He won this small award, National Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, for Tulsa. This guy's a beast, and expect him to make plays. On top of that, this game looks to be wet and cold, and Mississippi has a great well, they have a great run offense, ranking 127th in the nation, ranking at 40 yards per game. 40 yards. Yes. This is going to be a game which they're going to have to rely on the ground. Won't work. Sorry, Leach. Sorry, SEC. Tulsa put up 199 on the ground against one of the top teams in the nation, Cincy, last week. Tulsa wins 28-21. Tulsa 6-1 ATS in their last 7 bowl games. 5-1 ATS in their last 6 neutral site games. Mississippi State 2-8 ATS versus a team with a winning record. 2-7 in their last 9 following an ATS win. Chalk it up, Larry. Larry, you awake over there? You're having a little problems with this. Anyway, so that would be Tulsa Hurricanes minus 2.5. Oh, thank you, Locksmith. Figure it out, man. Moving on. Texas Bowl, New Year's Eve again. It's the 8 p.m. game. Arkansasy Razorbacks at Texas Christian. TCU minus 4.5 over under sitting at 57. This one's just to keep an eye on. Seems risky with these inconsistent teams. Arkansas, they lost the last 4 games. Only 3 wins, and again, yet get an invitation to a bowl game. I mean, Arkansas has struggled on D all year. Issues with COVID, and not sure if their starting QB Franks will be a go. We don't think he is, but TCU, on the other hand, they're playing much better down the stretch, but now have missing pieces on the O-line. The O coordinator is out, already left. It just seems like there's no value here for either right now. Wait up until game time, or just don't bet it at all. We just want to give you some tidbits on it before you go betting it. Next game. Oh, we're already there. The CFP, first game, 4 p.m. Notre Dame. Against, the people that are there every fucking year. Alabama Crimson Tide. Sitting at minus 20. We did buy it at minus 20.5, but we'll put minus 20 on the board, and I believe at some places it's already gone down to minus 19. Fuck. Listen, the public's large on Bama right now, but it seems to be the Sharps are going the other way, dropping that line down. And we'll jump on the other end, though. That's simple. Take it. Too many points for a game like this. Notre Dame's only flaw is the Clemson game, but big deal. They have a pretty good D, and they can contend against the best. We can all agree, yes, Bama has the best offense. They have 3 fucking players up for Heisman. But we can also agree the SEC is not that good, right? No bueno. You have Florida, A&M, and Bama. That's it. Tennessee a bust. Georgia's a mess. Great D, but their O is average. LSU, we all know what happened there after the win last year. UK, Mississippi State. These teams are weak. Ask Larry. He knows. He pays attention, don't you, to all the SEC, and probably watches every game. Yeah, man, just about, man. But I do concur. Okay, yeah, the SEC is a little weak this year, but Bama, man, they make up for it. They do. Okay. But the level of competition for them this year is weak. And look at last game. Florida took them to the end, and we expect the same for Notre Dame. a desperate Notre Dame team that's been criticized over the years about being in the playoffs and being accepted. And so that's why they jumped into this division. So they can get invited and have more poise, but they still don't. They're still getting shit talked. In fact, every year they do. I think this is going to be a close one, as in 17 points, with not so close, I guess, but that's about where our models put us, right? Is it 16? 17 points, okay? But 20. So we're going to take the points and lock it up. Let's jump on to the next game. Ohio State Buckeyes at the Clemson Tigers. Not really at, again, it's versus. I apologize. Game number 2. This one starts at 8 p.m., right? 8:30. Listen, the books. I'm telling you, the books are looking to the bank on this one. As recent history is such a big trend that average bettors follow. But if you remember last year, Buckeyes were up 16-0 late in the first half, right? Then later in the game, some shitty roughing the passer calls really changed the momentum here. Yes, the Buckeyes D hasn't really been there all year, but we can't say the D isn't good. But the O is better than last year. But the D only has like 6 games under his belt, right? They've only had 6 games to gel. And if you think about it, they knew this was coming. I'm sure they've been preparing for this all year. I mean, they did what they wanted to last year with Clemson. Same coach. Only scored 29 points and had a chance to win in the end. Bucks had more first downs, more rush yards, more pass yards, controlled the time of possession. And these numbers weren't close either. They weren't by a couple yards. Now you add in some extra motivation with Dabo, calling them out, saying the Buckeyes are not worthy, which we love. We love some Dabo. Love the shit talking. But if you think for 1 second this motivates your players, no sir. Buckeyes be pissed. I mean, this should be another close one, but I expect more points in this game. Maybe somewhere around 33-36. Maybe that's the score right there. 33-36, Bucks win and cover. Man, you crazy going against them Tigers. Yeah, well, let's look at some numbers. When this year has Clemson been favored by less than 10 points? Easy. Notre Dame, -5, without Lawrence, and lost. Which was not due to the QB play. This DJ cat, quarterback, the backup, put up 439 yards passing. I don't even know if Trevor's done that all season. 29 for 44 and 2 TDs. I bet you Dabo was like, fuck, do I put this guy in? They can lose, and they still lost that game. But they wouldn't, not twice to the same team. The score would have been roughly around the same, even if DJ played. Dabo don't lose twice to the same team. Or even in a season. He doesn't like to lose twice. Good coaching is what that was. Everyone looks at Trevor. Oh, yeah, he's good. Trevor this, Trevor that.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Okay.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
All right, Locksmith. I know. I know. That's probably your new man crush. But, yeah, good coach, good team. I mean, yeah, I think, is that your new, you're looking at me funny. Is that your new man crush? It is. Back to my point. The odds makers put this, they put it low with a hook for a reason. The ending line will probably be around 8, but at some point or some sharp will put a buttload on the Bucks and shoot it down. Either way, we like more than a touchdown here. We like the little hook. And we'll sway the public. Bucks, 7.5. Are we taking it? Yes, we are. So, wow, we're actually going with both underdogs for the college football play. That's risky right there. I don't even think that's ever happened. I don't think it has. Maybe the years the Buckeyes won. No, because they played. Yeah, crazy. No, because that was Oregon, right? Was it Oregon? They played in the final. Did they beat Bama? No, we beat Bama. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, only 5 or 6 years ago. But either way, I don't know if it's happened. But we're doing it. Not that we're saying they don't win. We just want the covers here, guys. That's what we're talking about. Right? So I guess, Larry, you're not going to do a college football pick. I'd imagine your pick is in the NFL, so we're going to keep going. First game on the board. This is a great one. I've been wanting to talk about this team, these teams. I don't even know. I was going to say the whole show, but the show's not even that long, so I haven't been thinking about it that long. Pittsburgh Steelers at Cleveland Browns. Browns now minus 10. Over under 42 Sunday at 1 p.m. Wow, this is an age-old rivalry, right? Coming back to fruition, huh? Much hated one. But it has really been only one-sided lately with the play of the Browns over the last, say, fucking century, right? But wow, what a nice gesture. A good gift to bring into the new year, especially from this past year. The Steelers bench Big Ben. I mean, not bench, rest him, whatever. I mean, that's got to put a big smile on every Brown and every fan. But wait. Hold the line. Hold the line. No, not Foreigner, whoever fucking sings that song. Hold the line. Love isn't always on time. It isn't. And it isn't here. This is gonna be a game. Big Ben out, Mason Rudolph back for a large serving of revenge. Remember last year, Garrett, helmet, Mason's head? Yeah, exactly. Mason has plenty of PT under his belt, and he'll be very competitive. And now you got Pitt's running back situation's very thin right now. So I'm sure they're going to let Mason air it out more than most think. This isn't a laydown. Players play. And Pitt, they're going to be relaxed with nothing to lose. Already got the division locked up. The Brownies, well, the pressure cooker doesn't get more pressure. All right, dumb analogy, but the pressure, it doesn't get any higher stage in this. Then they're on. No playoffs in how many years? And you bring in players, a fucking new coach again every year, players with playing with contention right now. This pressure causes turnovers, mistakes, flags. Look for this to be a close. But Browns take it in the end. Listen, Pitts, they've covered this game the last 3 of 4. Now, and they won 38 to 8 at the beginning of the season with only, listen to this, with only 148 passing yards from Big Ben. Now, if things ended today, Pitt would play Baltimore. If they win, Bills lose. Well, that'll mix up a lot of stuff with all these 10-5 teams right now. But it looks as though everything will stay the same, with Ravens having to play Cincy, Tennessee, Houston, Indy, Jags. And Indy will probably win and not get in. But, again, it's the NFL, any given, you know. So more than likely, Steelers are going to have the same opponent, even if a couple things go one way or the other. In fact, I'm not sure who you want to play right now. Indy, Balt, Tennessee, Miami, they're all pretty equal. And they all have their uniqueness, right, to how they can win. So, if you can see where we're going here, this is too many points for a Steelers squad. Yeah, we believe we'll play better off a nice comeback win. And honestly, the problems have been Big Ben. And a little bit of the defense lately. But now last week, great comeback, still has it. But the weeks prior, he's been a turd. This is a great spot. Great buy. Take the points with the Steelers. Larry, you know what to do. Man, you're really messing with that keyboard today. The volume's up and down. What's going on, man? What's going on? All right, next up on the board, the hot not so hot Atlanta Falcons versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not so much the Tom Brady Buccaneers. I don't know why I talk like this. Because as an old man, this is a Battle of the old man. Really, Tampa, minus 6.5. Over sitting at 50.5. Already clinched his playoff spot, but no bet here. Just wanted to talk about it. This is just an interesting one, right? And the way this sets up for the playoffs. As it sits now, the Bucks would play Washington. Or whichever shit team wins that division. Which would be great. But a loss and the Rams win, it would lose a spot to the Rams. Now, Bucks clinch, no pressure. You know, we got Seattle playing, San Francisco, Saints, Panthers. Look like things probably should stay the same up top. But the Bucks, unfortunately, have the early game out of all these games. So I don't think we're going to see any Brady beauty rest. I don't think we'll see it. I mean, this could cause a bit of confusion. Atlanta's level of play right now has been decent, but listen, they would like nothing more than to take Brady out, right? The man who single-handedly created the best Super Bowl comeback ever. Good way to go out. I mean, just keep an eye out here. Might be worth a buy early, but if we start to see players drop from the Bucks, I don't think they will. Because they can still fight for a little bit of position. But I don't see why you don't bench Tom Brady, So this game could move up. If it moved up to 7, I'd probably take it with the Falcons. I mean, just that based on that Super Bowl bet alone is just, yeah. Moving on. Man, we got a lot of football for you. We got a lot of NFL for you this week. Another big game. Jacksonville at Indy. Indy sitting at minus 14. You hungry? Yeah, man. Not you, Larry, the audience. Okay? Well, you look at me, man, and ask if I'm hungry, and how the hell don't I answer, man? Okay, valid point. Moving on. So my point was, get ready to eat some fucking points here. Indy pissed. Indy hungry. Indy wants playoffs.
Step on it.
Okie dokie, Dr. Jones. Holy potatoes.
Did you just cut in an Indiana Jones bit? Did you? Yeah, man, absolutely, man. That's a great American classics, man. Yeah, I feel those. I feel those have been forgotten about. Like, do they still have like the bit down in Disney, right? They used to be huge in Disney. Kids probably don't know what the fuck that is. Like, who the fuck is this guy with the hat running around with a whip? Who uses a fucking whip anymore? I don't even know. Do people know? I don't know if they know. All right, now, unfortunately for this game, though, for Indy, their fate lies in the hands of other teams. Indy sitting on the outside. Just got beat by Pitt in a game they could have won and should have won. Now the Steelers fuck them again by sitting Big Ben and keeping the playoff picture the same. Good move. But it is. I'd rather play the Browns right now than the Colts. Either way, they're going to bring the juice on both sides. They have the talent on both sides. The coaches, they will bring it. And shouldn't be hard against a D that's allowed 41 to the fucking Bears, 40 to Baltimore, and just can't score on the other side. 17, 14, and 10 were their last 3 scores. They've folded. We've talked about this last week. No motivation here, except for maybe some players. But the coaches are calling the plays, and each one knows they're on the hot seat. The higher-ups want to build around Mr. Goldilocks in Clemson, don't they? Do they not? And they're they know they're probably out.
That Hansel's so hot right
Come
now.
on, do you need to do that again? I said Goldilocks. I know.
That Hansel's so hot right
All
now.
right, enough. But they do. They want to build around this guy. And you're going to bring in new coaches to do that. Yeah, Larry, that's not a crush, man. That's an obsession. That's not a man crush. You got an obsession with that guy, don't you? Oh, man. Hey, Jags haven't won since the week 1. Since week fucking 1. They haven't covered the last 3. The tanking trends are there. 6 and 9 ATS on the season. Wide receivers out. Running backs out. Kicker. I'm sure more will follow. Fake some injuries. Save themselves for next year. Colts are 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games following a straight-up loss. 6-2-1 in their last 9 following an ATS loss. Another good tanking stat here. Jags are 4-10 ATS in their last 14 games in Week 17. What do we say here? Eat the points.
Get in my belly.
Eat the points. Before an appetizer kicks in and moves it to fucking 15. Right? Eat it. Larry, I feel like you're just not paying attention. You're looking at your bet right now. Do I need to take over? That would be Colts minus 14 at home. Man, we got another one. Minnesota at Detroit. Do we have a pick here? Detroit getting 7 points at home. Over under sitting at 55. Big game. A lot on the line here. Like who to fire. And who we like from the practice squad. These games with no implications. Yes, they suck to bet on for the average bettor, but we like to win, find angles, and this plays nice to the under. Yes. If you look at the Vikings last couple of games, just blowing up the scoreboard, right? On both ends. And Detroit just giving up 47 to the Saints. I believe we get a good buy here. But this is last week, and nobody on these teams wants to play right now. Yes, intern coach for the Lions will want to be on a good note, will end on a good note, but can he? But he knows he's not going to be the coach next year. You can't lose last game by 40 fucking points. It is a little early to assume this, but we can't see the Vikings. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the Vikings aren't playing Dalvin Cook. Sorry, this just in today. Our condolences out. Dalvin Cook's father unexpectedly passed today. And we assumed that he wasn't going to play anyways, but I guess he isn't now. So this helps us. The spread will probably change. But again, we like the under here. And he's really the top scorer in all 4 quarters. Anytime this Minnesota team plays. Listen, Minnesota's a good team. They just need some adjustments on defense. And I think that'll be their concentration here throughout this game. They know what they have on offense and should sit some players. Okay, so, if you've done your research, you'll find that all ATS stats for the over-under trend go to the over. Very little on the under. But we like that sometimes. When do you ever see trends like 9-0, 7-0? It's rare. Another thing here, I wouldn't be surprised if Stafford fakes an injury here. He needs to stay healthy. He's injury prone. He knows it. And personally, I think the Lions move on from him next year. Maybe a good pickup for some team out there like Indy or somebody. Right? Yeah. I think he's gone next year. Rebuilding completely. Okay, Larry, I see you're staying with the NFL, which didn't bode well for your Browns pick last week, but we'll chalk it up as a COVID problem with the receivers out. Okay, I guess we'll let you have another shot now that you're 3-1 in the last 4. What you got for us? Yeah, man, well, I'm going with Jerry Jones and them boys in Dallas, man. Wait a second. Hold up. Hold the phone. Hold the front door. You want this dumpster fire of a game? Yeah, man. We're talking playoffs here, man. And these Cowboys, man, they've been playing like a playoff team, man. Come on, man. I'm gonna do my pick. I'm sorry, Larry. Sorry. Just continue. Listen, man. These Cowboys, man, they won and covered last 3. Boy, against who? Cincy, San Francisco, Philly. Well, man, to your shit of a point. They shut down Cincy 30-7, put up 41 on a decent San Francisco D, and beat up a better Philly team, man. Scored 37. That shit's tough to do in the NFL. What is? Put up 30-plus points 3 games in a row, man. In fact, man, 4 of the last 6 they done that, man. Now a Giants team out of the playoffs, barely scoring points, haven't hit over 20, man. 20 points in the last 5 games, man, sure. Jones is back, but he'll be rusty. Eat them damn points, man. Okay, yes, sir. I do agree. Dallas, they've been playing with some passion. And the setup looks good for them. With Washington playing Philly without a QB, I don't even know who the fuck is in. Heineken, I don't fucking know. And now you got, Philly should probably get in some good practice for Hurts and open up that playbook next week. Why not? I don't see why you don't. I'll put your pick on the board. Let's lock it up for you, Larry. And again, we got some fucking problems here. Well, I appreciate you. We appreciate you listening in. I believe that's all we got for our best bets. Remember, get the Capper's Cave app. All the other bets will be on there. College basketball, NBA, soon to be hockey. All the other picks. Even we have more bowl games on there as well. Get it. Please. No, I'm not going to beg you, but really, just get more analysis. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, if you feel. I'm your host, Lorenzo da Costa. This is Free Picks and Shit. And we're out.